I've been fortunate to work with some amazing managers during my time working remotely. They have helped me grow, develop, and thrive while working from my home office here in beautiful British Columbia. And I've also worked with some not-so-great remote managers who have made things unnecessarily difficult, caused unnecessary stress, and generally just made my job a less enjoyable experience. Now, what I've come to learn is that great remote managers do 4 things differently than the rest. Now, I should mention, these are my personal opinions, and I would love to hear your thoughts. So drop them in the comments below, because everybody has different experiences with this. But let's dive right into it. No. 1. Great remote managers don't rely on the old school style of management. This one is near and dear to my heart, since my previous manager was really stuck in the old school style of management. You know, the one where micromanaging is king and feedback is given only when necessary? If you didn't know, micromanaging is like breathing down somebody's neck. It's constant supervision, question asking, checking in, all in an effort for the manager to maintain control. The problem is when you're working remotely, you be right there by your employees' shoulders to ensure they were doing the work correctly or to ask them questions about their progress. And if you don't trust your team members to do their work without your oversight, then you're going to get quickly left behind. Great remote managers know that remote workers need autonomy. We need freedom to take ownership of our work, and we need flexibility to organize our days the way we see fit. So instead of relying on the old school style of management, great remote managers adopt a more modern approach. They focus on results rather than on how you achieve those results. They hire people they can trust to get the job done, and then they stay out of their way. Instead of breathing down your neck, great remote managers check in regularly to see how things are going. They ask how you're feeling about your workload, or if there's anything impeding your progress. They give constructive feedback often, not just when something goes wrong, but also when you're doing well. They praise your successes and celebrate your wins, because in the remote world, trust is everything, and micromanaging will quickly kill that trust. Number 2. Great remote managers clearly communicate expectations. Communication is key when you're working remotely. Since you don't have the benefit of face-to-face interaction, it's important to over-communicate rather than under-communicate. That means keeping your team informed of any changes in project timelines, changes in priorities, anything that might affect their work. Great remote managers know this, and they make communication a priority. One thing I really appreciate about my current manager is his ability to communicate clearly and effectively. He sets clear expectations around deadlines, and he lets us know if there are any changes to those deadlines. If there's ever anything up in the air, or if he needs clarification on something, he doesn't hesitate to ask questions. And he always responds to emails and messages promptly. Because communication is so important when you're working remotely, it's essential to have a manager who makes it a priority. A manager who is able to communicate clearly and effectively will help you stay on track and will help you achieve your goals. No. 3. Great remote managers promote work-life balance. It's easy to get caught up in your work when you're working remotely. There's no clear separation between your professional life and your personal life. Your home is your office now, so it's easy to let work consume you. Great remote managers understand this, and they make it a point to promote work-life balance. They encourage you to take breaks and to disconnect from work when you're not working. They understand that in order to do your best work, you need to be rested and recharged. And they know that in order to do that, you need to take time away from work. One of the things I appreciate most about my current manager is his understanding of work-life balance. He knows that I have a life outside of work, and he respects that. He never asks me to work on weekends or after hours unless it's absolutely necessary. And when I do need to take time off during the day for personal appointments, he's always understanding and accommodating. Because great remote managers understand that to be successful when you're working remotely, you need to have a healthy work-life balance. Number 4. Great remote managers recognize and celebrate wins. When you're working remotely, it's easy to feel disconnected from your team. It's easy to feel like you're just a cog in a machine. Great remote managers understand this, and they make an effort to make you feel appreciated. They recognize your wins and celebrate your success. They know that when you feel appreciated, you're more likely to do your best work. One of the things I remember most about my first manager is how he made me feel appreciated. He recognized my contributions to the team, and he celebrated my success. He took the time to get to know me and to understand my goals, and he always offered support and guidance when I needed it. He knew how to motivate me and other members of the team, and we always felt valued and appreciated. Great remote managers know that when you're working remotely, it is important to feel connected to your team and to feel like you're a part of something bigger than yourself. They make an effort to create a sense of community among their team members. And they celebrate wins both big and small. So there you have it, the 4 things that great remote managers do differently. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Drop them in the comments below. If you're a remote worker, what are some of the things that your managers have done that have helped you to succeed? And if you're a manager, what are some of the things that you do to promote a positive and productive remote work environment? If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Bye for now.